Welcome back, guys, to the channel. We're going to be talking a little bit more transfer news. Super chill video tonight. If you guys enjoy these, man, just drop a thumbs up. I'm trying to be really consistent. We have a lot of new news, so I didn't make a video on any transfer stuff for a few days. It's so funny, too, like, in terms of this channel with the reactions and everything. I actually thought the summer was going to be like, I don't know really if we have much content that would be stuff you guys would want to watch, but the transfer stuff is really fun to, I guess, follow along with and watch, and even the hypothetical of some things. So I'm trying to mix in these videos some hypotheticals, like really early stage stuff with like actual confirms, and then give you guys reactions on, how I feel like it's going to benefit or not benefit a team. The first one that really struck my attention today was Nico Williams to Bayern Munich. Now, he's asking for 20 mil a year salary, and it says he's open to a move to Bayern Munich. I really think Bayern Munich is one piece away in the attack from just being really a iconic Bayern Munich team. You look at Kane, who's still going to have you there scoring goals for another good year or two. Musiala, just getting started really with his prime. Olise just had a hell of a season. I love their midfield. And like I've been saying, with Leao saying he's interested, I would love to see someone go to this team that really hasn't had that chance to have it easier, have it flow in their team yet. Nico Williams, yes, right? Athletic Club is a good team. They're not a great team. They're not a Bayern Munich, right? Milan, they're a good team. They're not in anything too crazy, but Bayern Munich, again, for Leao. So this one I think I would like. And Nico Williams is a player that I definitely want to see in the next year or two go somewhere else. We watch him in a different spotlight, a team that has more of the ball, a team that's going to give him more chances. We've seen him every time he puts on a Spanish kit be amazing. So I think just translating that to the club level is something interesting to follow along with. Now, look, we're going to start off kind of with the biggest thing today, okay? Now, this came out today. This is all over the internet today, that Gyokeres is meeting with Arsenal. Now, this Deadline Day Live account, what they do a lot is they clip farm. Like the last one, the Nico Williams one, that's a very baseline tweet, right? This is everywhere today about Gyokeres' agent is meeting with Arsenal. Now, let me tell you this. In the last couple of days, the Gyokeres news that I have seen has all been Al Hilal, who have approached every single player in the world this transfer window, okay? Them and Manchester United. I'm going to be honest with you guys. In terms of Gyokeres, I like Arsenal. Like this meeting, if you're an Arsenal fan, I really hope that you guys can get this striker. Again, I have no bias when it comes to it. So I look at Liverpool and City with who they're adding, and we'll talk about it in this video. Those two teams, for me, are putting themselves way ahead of everybody into next season. Way ahead. And Arsenal has been a consistent second. They made progress in the Champions League. But again, I just think they're too Saka dependent. I need to see Arsenal get a striker. That has to be top priority. And you look at the market, who's really available in the striker position? As of right now, we see Gyokeres, we see Sesko. A lot of the other strikers that are available aren't really available. I would say Isak, because it looks like he's going nowhere. And many other players, they're either too expensive or decisions have already been made. We've seen Cunha's gone to United, right? So stuff like that where, maybe not strikers, but attacking players, a lot of them are starting to go off the market. You look at the best option. I actually do think Gyokeres is the best option out of him or Sesko. I'm going to be honest. From watching both of them, Gyokeres is a bit more experienced in his career now, just in terms of a bit more polished. Not as young, so I understand the concerns if you're an Arsenal fan, because you look at Pepe, you bought him from Ligue 1. He had a hell of a season, and what did he do when he came to Arsenal? He really was a flop. But this Gyokeres guy, man, from what I have seen, the games I've watched, a couple in the Champions League as well, he's kind of what they need. I really think he's what they need. I actually think he would be a very good fit in this team. And some of the weight has to be taken off of Saka's shoulders. I still also want to see them get another type player in the wing, because I don't know if I love Martinelli. I'd like a Rodrigo, Rodrigo, that was originally linked, and he's put on his Instagram that he's happy at Madrid. But, man, if Arsenal could get this done, this would be a massive signing. I know Manchester United were, initiating conversations, but I worry with Gyokeres is like, if he goes to United, is this just the typical player that goes to United, is super expensive and just doesn't perform? And the one thing I will say as well, man, is Gyokeres even going to get the service that he needs at United, right? I think he will get more production in that Arsenal team, although I do expect United to be better next season. I think Arsenal is the more go into the team ready, Champions League semifinalists, right? All these things we could say. And the last thing I will say, Gyokeres, guys, is definitely going somewhere. I read through the report in the club today. He's already informed the club that he's not playing there next season. So I've seen that as well. So Gyokeres is going to be somewhere else. I would assume some large teams will take a chance on him for the production that he's given this year and how he's looked. I can't see why a team is not going to splurge on the risk that they could be having themselves a 20 goal a season in the league striker. I mean, anyone would jump at taking that opportunity. So, yeah, this is what all these reports are saying. This is actually a United account. They're saying Arsenal is the club that's closest to submitting an official offer. The player believes that Arsenal's project matches his ambitions, okay? So, guys, look, I think this one, if we're going to take bets, I think we will see Gyokeres be an Arsenal player next season. And I'll tell you this, in terms of a Premier League race, in the top three between City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, oh my goodness, man. It like the Premier League for me in the last year or two, just man, it was, I guess the City Arsenal race 2 years ago was better than this year. This year was just, I mean, yes, you could say the top five, but the race was good, but the viewership was down. The statistics said I think 10 to 15%. This is what the league needs, man, big time. So I'm excited for this for Arsenal fans. If you're an Arsenal fan, I really like this. If this does go through, we will see what the initial bids and the offers say, and when they come in, we'll react to them. Let's see where that goes. This is a bit of a weird one, man. Ronaldo wants Al Nassr to sign Garnacho. All right. Now, also, they've missed out on Diaz. It looks like Diaz is going to stay a Liverpool player. I saw a report. Liverpool is saying they do not want to get rid of him. Barcelona, if they really are dying to get Diaz, and if you saw him in a Colombia shirt last night, he played crazy. They're going to have to pay up like crazy, like a ludicrous amount. Like we're talking like 100 million, it looks like, if they want him, because Liverpool have kind of said we're not gonna release him. And I think he's put in a couple really good months at Liverpool. I think Liverpool is still waiting for him to break out and be crazy. And I think they're looking at Florian Wirtz, who we're going to talk about in a minute, coming into this team and being able to really ignite that, man. And the thing with Liverpool, man, like, can we skip to this real quick? Do I have Liverpool here? So look, this is interesting. Fabrizio tweets, Wirtz is here we go, okay? Ornstein, who I trust more, says it's not done yet, okay? And this is all of yesterday. So I don't know the truth to this. It says the second bid is not rejected and the dialogue continues, add-ons and payments. But look, it looks like it's at the final stages. I don't know if it's a here we go, but we've seen clips even of Wirtz in the national team kind of saying like, hey, I'm going to Liverpool, right? This is going to be, I don't know if it's the most expensive signing of all time or if it is, but look, regardless, a lot of pressure on Wirtz. A lot, right? A lot of pressure on this guy. It is a record signing. Leverkusen are really just getting their money worth for him. He's a fantastic talent. He's very good, guys. This is kind of the time where people start putting the hate edits and tell you that this guy is not a good footballer, all right? This dude is a very good footballer. Very good. All right, he was part of one of the most legendary teams of all time last year. And Liverpool are picking up him and Frimpong. I love it. I think Wirtz in this team is going to offer them more dynamic, more creative. And I think ultimately he's going to make Salah Diaz's life so easy on this team. Also love they're bringing in Frimpong. Guys, I love it. I know I'm sticking with that, bro, because I've seen Frimpong and what he can do going forward. And he's such a Liverpool player to me. He really is. So, guys, these two signings, I'm not going to be the one to sit here and tell you that I'm expecting either of these guys to flop. I think they'll be very good. I think they're going into a system that fits them. And I really like the pickups for Liverpool. My last question with Liverpool, and you can see in this report, Darwin to Al Hilal, okay? And this is what I'm saying. Don't get these Al Hilal reports like twisted. They approach everybody, all right? They're trying to sign anyone they can get to get them out to Saudi. But my question with Liverpool is this. I love Darwin Núñez, all right? I do. I really like him. I like what he's about. I think he works his ass off. My worry with Darwin and Liverpool is that what are they doing with this striker position? What are they doing? Is this a situation where Liverpool is expecting Darwin to make those steps this year? Are they expecting to figure out a blend of they're going to play Diaz or Gakpo in that position at one match? So that's my question mark, because there's Diogo Jota, the guy, you know what I mean? So we look at that with Liverpool. That's my question mark with them at this point. But look, again, Florian Wirtz is the level of player that I expect to make everyone around him better. I think he made a lot of those strikers, Boniface, Schick on Leverkusen, just go crazy with dime tap-in passes. So I've watched probably 25 matches of Florian Wirtz in the last 2 years. He is a very good player. If he flops, I will be really shocked. It might have been the price tag. That's always the heavy part when a player like this gets signed. But Liverpool fans, congratulations. Because look, you won the league this year, okay? You did. You lost to the Champions League winners in a very close game. You got outplayed, but you kept yourself in the match both times. And look, these are upgrades to your team. All right? All of football next year is going to be stronger. Barcelona's a young team. They're going to get better. Real Madrid is picking up some pieces they need, and they've got a new manager. You look at Real Madrid this season and what they almost did, okay? Real Madrid almost did a lot this season for playing poor with almost no managerial Tactics. I rarely saw Madrid have tactics. So now they've got Xabi Alonso. I'm talking about football as a whole. PSG seems to be keeping everybody. They were the best team I've seen since Bayern 2020, and they might have even been better than that team. And we look at, yeah, City got better. So this is great. Liverpool is being smart. They need to bring in these players. They're doing so, and I know they're spending, but I think it makes sense. Sané to Galatasaray. For me, guys, this one ultimately is really sad. I will tell you why. Sané has had flashes in my life where I've said this guy could be him. He never got to that point. He never got to that point. And when he puts on the Germany shirt, I get upset watching him because I think he makes bad decisions. He never really figured out his finishing. He had moments at City, went to Bayern. It never really worked out, and now he's gone to Galatasaray. Galatasaray, though, is, however, a very good team, so he should be having fun there. They play nice football. I've watched their highlights, but Sané's already done. He's 29 years old. He's going out to Turkey, which means it's usually the start. I don't know what's going on. You know, Felix, 120 mil originally from Benfica, right? Goes to Atletico Madrid. And Felix, we're looking at this now like, you know, what's going on with this guy, right? He's not playing well anywhere he goes. And I don't know. I don't know. You know, he's not playing for Portugal. I thought a lot of times they threw him out for Portugal. He wasn't doing good. Sterling as well. You know, these guys left out of the Chelsea World Cup squad. Okay, so we got Reindeers, Cherky, City, confirmed. Alt Nuri as well. Nuri, I can't say it properly. I love these signings. Again, for me, guys, City's getting better. All right, City is getting better. Cherky's a massive signing. Same thing with Reindeers, right? They're adding a lot of depth in pieces they need. It may take a little bit of an adjustment time, but if we're being objective here about these teams in the start of next season, I'm going to explain to you this. I expect Liverpool, and if Arsenal gets Gyokeres, to get off to the best start. I think they will be ahead of City for the beginning part. I'm not here to make predictions, but I think City, once they click in this upcoming season, are going to be insane. I think they're going to be insane. I think they're going to go on like a 15 or 20 win streak. So watch out for that. That's just an early prediction that I have. Guys, KDB to Napoli, man. Wow. So it really happened. He's going to go play with Lukaku. It's a 2-year deal plus an option. I like it. You know, KDB, I think, fell off this year like 15-20% for his career standards, but I don't think he's at the point where he needs to go to Saudi or MLS. I don't think it's time yet. I think he can really contribute to a team. He's going to this Napoli side who just had a championship-winning season, and they've got a lot of good players, so he's going to be playing with, you know, a lot of these ballers that just won the league. I personally like it. I like it. I think it's a good move. Good for KDB. And then there was one more I wanted to point out to you guys. This other one is Theo Hernandez. Apparently, Atletico Madrid are approaching with a bid. I think this guy is literally the most Atletico Madrid player you could get. So, not surprising to see him potentially ending up there. Again, another player that, look, for me personally, guys, I understand people that want to go to Saudi, get their money. Like, I respect it. There's some players we see like, you know, Sané or Al Hilal approaching all these 20 to 25-year-olds, man. Like, there's so much more football for these guys to play in Europe before going there. You know, those teams, it's not a team you go to and you stay sharp or at your best for the national team. It's hard. I mean, there's exceptions, obviously, but, you know, I see it in that way. So, guys, let me know what you think, man. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Let me know, guys, if you're fans, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, even, you know, let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling about all this news today. I wanted to kind of break it down. I really, man, this Gyokeres to Arsenal thing, if it goes through, I really like it. I think, you know, when we think of all the teams available for Gyokeres or teams that would be looking for a striker, I think it makes sense, man. I'll tell you this, though. If Arsenal, they could get whoever they want in this signing period. If they do not bring in a striker, it's a failure, and they will fall massively behind next year about a lot of teams. And it's a club that is making progress. They have spent a ton, but they still need a striker. I'm telling you. They're not going to be able to win a Champions League or a Premier League with Kai Havertz in that position. They need a guy who is just a demon and has that dog in him, and I think Gyokeres could be that guy for them. I would rather them go with a guy that scored this many goals this season in Europe. And Portugal is a league I respect. I think it's a top 5 league. I know PSG just came out of Ligue 1. I think Portugal is top 5. I think Portugal will be 5. So it is a proven league. It's a good league. And the dude scored a shit ton of goals this year. You're not betting on someone who's 20 and development. You're betting on someone that you think can just give you volume of goals, and you would also assume in an Arsenal type style they're going to be able to produce a lot. So let's see, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.